Life is a regulation game. Part 2 explores our threat response system and lays out many options for shifting gears in our autonomic nervous system. Our threat responses threaten our health. Stephen Porges, a major contributor to the field of neurobiology, says, "The most significant threat to our health and relationships is staying caught in unnecessary threat responses. So, shifting quickly out of threat responses, once they are not needed, is the key to long-term physical and relational health." Porges also coined a useful term, neuroception. It highlights the difference between perception, which is slow and conscious, and neuroception, which is fast and unconscious. Let's talk about these threat responses that can be so bad for our health and relationships. Neuroception is our threat detection system. It's fast. We have no conscious choice about it. If our nervous system decides it's safe, then we can think and choose. Let's take a slower look. Neuroception registers in older brain structures. It's a primitive, unconscious survival mechanism. Sensory information goes in directly, and our survival threat responses are fast and intense. They trump rational considerations and trigger primitive black and white thinking. The neuroception of safety allows us to consider complex choices based on consciously held values. In the brain, when there's a strong neuroception of threat, fear trumps logic. Let's review the 3 threat responses in our 3-layer autonomic nervous system. Communication for survival, us against them, the social nervous system strategy, highly developed in humans. Fight or flight, where we rev up the sympathetic nervous system to save ourselves. And freeze, the old reptilian parasympathetic threat response. And each layer has a relaxed response. The parasympathetic nervous system gives us rest and digest. The sympathetic nervous system gives us rough and tumble play and curiosity. The social nervous system gives us collaboration, connection, and inclusive thinking. By the time we have noticed a neuroception of danger, our autonomic nervous system has already responded and popped us into a threat response. Soon we'll consider ways to calm down, rev up, and shift into our best relational self. Learning to shift out of unwanted threat responses is the most important thing we can do for our relationships, health, and longevity. Getting triggered into threat responses is not particularly bad for our health. Getting stuck in threat responses is a major problem. These threat responses are body up. Body up means the experience rises from the body to the brain. Examples include physical pain and pleasure, hunger, feeling hot or cold or sick, and threat responses. We have very little conscious control over these feelings, other than trying to ignore them. Top down refers to our conscious thoughts, attitudes, and choices, actions we can control intentionally. When strong emotions like fear and anger arise body up out of threat responses, first our autonomic nervous system reacts, then we notice. We rev up in fight or flight. Then we notice we're scared or angry. Or we may go freezy, barely breathing, and later notice we're depressed. Being body up, autonomic threat responses are not rational. So, choose body up regulation strategies, like the ones on the next few slides. In general, avoid top-down control and willpower. It doesn't work. In particular, telling ourselves we're safe when we do not feel safe just tends to make us feel confused, crazy, wrong, or hopeless. So do not try to talk yourself or anyone else out of a threat response. You're likely to make it worse. And know that we cannot control our threat responses, but we can cooperate with our nervous system to get ourselves regulated. So now, let's talk about calming down when we're too revved up, getting going when we've gone numb, and showing up as our best relational self, instead of getting stuck in isolation, shame, or self-doubt. Calming down is especially important anytime we've been revved up in anger or fear or anxiety. To avoid wasting energy and wearing out our nervous system, we downshift for sleep, for eating and digesting our food, for healing when we're sick or injured, for soothing or responding to others who are upset, and for bonding in relationship through cuddling and resting together. You probably already have ways to calm your nervous system, like exercising to tire yourself out, or taking a hot bath and putting lotion on your skin. Or maybe you do yoga, meditation, or deep breathing. It works even better if you take a longer exhale and a shorter inhale. Maybe you watch TV, or use alcohol, pot, or downers, or eat comfort food. Slower rhythms help us calm down, so you might take a walk, starting fast and slowing down. Or you might listen to soothing music, or sing or hum lullabies or chants. You could think about relaxed, easy, safe times, or garden, or sew, or do house cleaning or crafts. We are wired to downshift together. We evolved to feel safer in company. So if there is someone calm or someone who can calm down with you, the most efficient way to downshift is with a companion. So get a hug or make eye contact and share a smile. Cook a meal or go out to eat with friends. Cuddle up for interactive rest with a safe person or pet. Acupuncture can be very calming. So can giving or receiving massage, or gently brushing someone's hair. Try sitting around a fire and making music together, or read aloud, something engaging but not too exciting. Rock or sing a child to sleep. Talk about safe, pleasant things you can see or feel. Tell stories of kindness and generosity. And when you're very revved up, expect to shift down slowly. If you can't get yourself going, you can't do anything. We rev up to wake up in the morning, to take physical and emotional care of others, to defend ourselves and others as needed, physically, emotionally, or socially, to show up for active play or work, or to earn a living, to be ready for physical performance or competition, and to confront our fears and keep going. How do you get going by yourself? Do you take a shower, hot or cold? Maybe you exercise or take a walk, or listen to rousing music. Do you use coffee, tea, sugar, nicotine, uppers? You could also try blinking fast and looking around, or singing rousing music, even if only in your head, or thinking of something that outrages you. Most reliable is to breathe and move, fast and staccato. Do Kundalini yoga, fast martial arts sequences, or jumping jacks. Have you seen fear or anger transmit fast through your family or a crowd? We are wired to alert each other to danger, so revving up with others is usually the quickest. Competition, even over a board game or in a social situation, can rev us up. Challenge someone to a race or physical game like tennis or hoops. Take an increasingly brisk walk with someone. Breathe and move fast, mirroring a partner. Give or receive a brisk massage. You could also dance fast with someone, or arm wrestle, or thumb wrestle, or disagree loudly with determination, or yell playfully at someone. For example, "Don't you dare brush that dog's teeth with my toothbrush." Revving up with others in a comfortable way builds our capacity for staying present with intensity. Adjusting for communication. We are social animals, which means we depend on attuned communication for many things. For collaborative problem solving and creativity, like moving a furnace, building a bridge, or mediating between rival community factions. For any shared complex activity, like scheduling, planning big projects or budgets, or strategizing for effective political negotiation and foreign policy. For learning language or new concepts. For building sturdy relationships. For negotiating about money, sex, or power. For public speaking or hosting social gatherings. For defending our values and motivating others. Adjusting your social nervous system for communication is about bringing your best relational self forward. Right before an important meeting or a dicey conversation, when you want your best relational self to be available, do you ever breathe deep and put a smile on your face, or exercise or shake to burn off agitation, or orient to your goals in the situation, or maybe you energize yourself with positive self-talk, or you might do some caffeine, sugar, nicotine, or pot. It can help to set an intention to stay connected with your heart and your goal. You might also remember what you like about these or any people, or just smile and really feel your face. Here are some interactive things we can do to bring our best relational self forward. Walk and talk with a close friend. Acknowledge and share your goals and fears. Role play the situation to be prepared. Cook a meal or play or go out to eat with friends. Get a hug or hold a hand or a child. You can also tune up your social nervous system by mirroring someone's rhythms of speech, breathing, or movement. Attuning to eye contact patterns, or reading aloud, singing, or making music with others. You can also practice co-regulation skills. Life really is a regulation game. Next, join me for part 3, where we'll talk about the costs of triggers and dysregulation and the survival value of co-regulation.